Hello and welcome to Azur. In this video we are taking a look at all the new PR8 construction ship with an overview and ship comparison about the stats, skills based on these first day impressions. I'm also going to show you how the real ships would have looked like and also who to prioritize and build first. Let's go. The first one being Melanborg, an Ironblood ultra rare battleship. Next one, Guden Lou, an Tulipa ultra rare heavy cruiser. Next, Cancer, an Eagle Union super rare battleship. Then Dimitri Donskoy, an Northern Parliament super rare light cruiser. And lastly, Vittorio Cuniberti, an Sardinia super rare destroyer. So, and here is a simple size comparison based on how the actual real ships these girls are representing would look like on a top-down view. After that, let's take a look now at the individual stats and skills of each ship. At the end of the video I will also put up a summarized graph of all stats and all the skills of each ship. And so if you don't want to hear me yapping about every stat and reading it out to you, you can skip towards the later end of the video and just take the picture and read for yourself. So let's start with the first one, Melanborg. So this here now is her stat sheet. As you can see on the top, you need 950 tech points for Ironblood to start researching her. She is equipped with heavy armor and very high health pool of 10,383, extremely high firepower 539, which is way beyond the highest hitting battleship. And as well we get some bonus torpedo, why not? A 316 torpedo stat. Anti-air 265 is a little bit low, some top battleships could reach a bit over 400. Accuracy 63, also a little bit lower. Evasion 41 is kinda on the upper level. Speed 32, fine for battleship. Luck 0, every research ship is 0, will get 25, something more in the future. Anti-submarine 0, oxygen 0, we don't want to sink her. Ammo here is actually the oil we need, and with 19 it should be the highest of all ships. Next up, important is the equipment. We have BB guns with an 170% efficiency on 3 main gun mounts. It's exactly the highest of all ships. Same with HMS Lion. CLDD guns 220%, 3 mounts, also extremely high. Anti-air guns, yeah, her anti-air stat is not that nice. So yeah, 120%, yeah, it's there. So skill number 1. 10 seconds after the start of the battle and every 20 seconds therefore trigger a level 10 special barrage. The enemies hit by this barrage take 8% more damage from all your ships. When the ship fire her main guns, trigger another special barrage and marks the enemy. After marking an enemy, Melanborg gets 10% crit rate and 20% crit damage to the marked enemy, and all your other ships deal 5% more damage to marked enemies. If the enemy is additionally debuffed, it takes an even further additional 5% more damage. Would be interesting what debuffs. Slow? Armor break? Well, we will know soon. This is just the first translation. Next skill number 2. It gives her flat 15% firepower, 15% accuracy, -5 to her main gun spread, and 15% damage increase to heavy armor enemies. And the second part, if there is an additional KMS Ironblood ship in the main fleet, she gets 15% reduced reload. So yeah, Bismarck 2, wink wink. Her third skill gives 15% evasion and anti-air buff, and when this ship is above 50% HP, redirects 50% of the damage dealt to the flagship to this ship. So kind of similar like Musashi's. If this ship takes damage and falls under 50% HP, this ship evades all damage for 3 seconds, maximum 1 trigger per battle. yeah, nice survivability. And skill number 4 is the basic PR skill, 15% damage increase versus siren enemies. In conclusion, she looks really strong with an insane amount of firepower, a lot of damage buffs, nice synergy with Bismarck II, which will further buff all Iron Blood ships in the fleet. And just looking at this is going to be the highest hitting battleship against heavy armor for sure. And fun fact for Melanborg here, her voice actress is also voicing Camellia from Wuthering Waves. It's the second ship. Guden Lou from Kingdom of Tulipa, ultra rare heavy cruiser. In order to research her, you need 800 Iron Blood and 200 Sardinia tech points. She has medium armor, health pool 7252, firepower 314, 0 torpedo stat, anti-air 464, 0 aviation, 181 reload, accuracy 154, evasion 82, which is pretty high, and speed of 26, 0 luck, anti-submarine 0, oxy 0, and oil consumption 15. The base stats look very similar to Guam. Let's just compare for a second here. So as for the equipment type, CB, CA gun, 2 mounts 105%, a little bit lower than Guam. DD guns 55%, 1 mount, also a little bit less. Anti-air guns 175%, 2 mounts, 25% higher than Guam. So yeah. Let's see, maybe the skills makes the difference, because this looks, yeah, it looks pretty similar. Guden Lou skill number 1, during the battle, airstrike support level 10 will be available periodically. Okay, so she will send some HE bombs down, similar to World of Warships, Guden Lou mechanics, or the Netherlands, if you know that. When launching an airstrike support, trigger a special barrage. Enemies hit by airstrike support or the special barrage are inflicted with a special burn. All burned enemies take 5% more HE damage from all ships. The burn deals 349 damage per second. Her second skill, 15% accuracy and evasion, flat on top. Then second part, when the airstrike support is triggered for the second or third time in the battle, heals herself and the lowest HP ship in the fleet by 3% of their maximum HP, and all ships get 10% anti-air until the end of the battle, maximum 2 stacks. Interesting. So she has a lot of going on with her airstrikes. Third skill, every 4 main gun shots trigger a level 10 special barrage. Another one, it's like an all-out assault. When this ship equips a CB gun, 15% main gun efficiency and secondary gun efficiency, and improves the special barrage. I guess the all-out assault. When this ship is not equipping a CB gun, the main gun bullets ignore shields. Okay. A fourth skill, standard, a research ship skill, 15% damage versus sirens. Next one, USS Cancer, super rare battleship. In order to research her, you need 950 Eagle Union tech points. Battleship heavy armor, health 8886, firepower 449, torpedo 0, anti-air 405, aviation 0, reload 147, that's actually very low for a battleship, accuracy 86, evasion 32, speed 23, oh boy, that's a brick, luck 0, anti-sub 0, oxy 0, and 16 oil consumption. BB guns 115%, but 4 mounts with a slow reload. This could actually balance itself out to be kinda standardish. CLDD guns 200%, 3 mounts, that's nice. Anti-air guns 100%, 1 mount. Yeah, and for the skills, Manchu is presenting us a wall of text. I mean, actually this wouldn't even fit onto a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Nevertheless, let's start with skill number 1. The last volley of all main gun salvos will prioritize elite enemies. Every 8 seconds after the start of the battle, gain 1 stack of charge, maximum 3 stacks. So 24 seconds into the battle you're at maximum. For each of the stacks of charge self, she will gain 6% anti-air. So 18% anti-air. When this ship fires her main guns, consume all charge stacks and trigger a level 10 special barrage. For each stack consumed, she will gain 6% firepower, so maximum 18, for 5 seconds, and additional will trigger the following for 5 seconds. If one stack is consumed, plus 15% main gun crit rate, 2 stacks consumed, plus 10% damage dealt, 3 stacks consumed enhances the special barrage and 15% crit damage. And the skill is changed a little bit in Operation Siren. Skill number 2, she gains 10% accuracy and reload flat, 20% torpedo damage reduction. When this ship takes damage and falls under 70% HP, 10% chance to create a 10% maximum HP barrier around the ship for 5 seconds. 20 seconds cooldown. When the ship takes damage and falls under 50% HP and the barrier is not currently active or on cooldown, 100% chance to create a 10% max HP barrier for 5 seconds, maximum 1 trigger per battle. She had the same cooldown with earlier barrier. Okay, so at 50% she will definitely gain the shield. Other one is a little bit gambly. While this ship is protected by this barrier, she will gain additional 10% evasion. Skill number 3, standard 15% damage versus Siren for PR ships. Alright, she has a very long skill, and just to summarize a bit, her kit and her stuff, damage reduction, damage buffs, reminds me a bit of USS Indiana. Yeah, she is kind of similar to Indiana. Also the stats, if I remember correctly. On to the next one. Soviet Navy Dimitri Donskoy. Super rare light cruiser. In order to start researching her, it's only 300 Northern Parliament fleet tech. She has light armor, health pool 4813, firepower 180, torpedoes 316, anti-air 384. Aviation 0, reload 196, accuracy 172, evasion 125, speed 36, which is very fast, luck 0, anti-submarine 149, oxy 0, oil consumption 12. For her equipment slots, CL guns 130% 2 mounts, torpedoes 150% 2 mounts, anti-air guns 135% 1 mount. Now let's take a look at the skills. Skill number 1. If this ship is equipped with an AP main gun, she gets 15% crit rate and crit damage. Aside from that, she gets 10% main gun efficiency, regardless of which gun she uses. At the start of the battle, grants Synergy Strike to a random allied battleship or aviation battleship when the Synergy Strike ship fires their main gun or launches an airstrike triggering a special level 10 AP barrage. Enemies hit by this barrage are afflicted with an AP mark for 5 seconds. Enemies with AP mark take 5% more AP damage from allied ships, and Donskoy deals 20% more damage to these enemies. Skill number 2. At the start of the battle, if this ship is not in the tank position, she takes 15% less firepower damage and gains 15% evasion. Every 10 seconds she gains 5% firepower and 10% anti-air with a maximum of 3 stacks. So in 30 seconds she has 15% firepower and 30% anti-air. If this ship takes damage and falls below 50% max HP, evades all damage for 5 seconds and heals 10% of her maximum HP, maximum 1 per battle. Skill number 3, we have an all-out assault every 10 main gun shots. And skill number 4, standard 50% damage versus sirens. And the last ship, the Sardinia Empire Vittorio Cuniberti, super rare destroyer. In order to start researching here, you need 300 Sardinia tech points. She has a light armor, half pull 2114, firepower 135, torpedo 459. It's pretty high for Italians. Anti-air 193, aviation 0, reload 220, accuracy 227, evasion 241, speed of 46 knots, which is kind of fast for DDs. There's some faster Italians, but it's nice. 0 luck, anti-submarine 202, oxygen 0, oil usage 11. Yeah, nice stats, nice stats. Stat-wise, comparing her to Attilio Regolo. Equipment-wise, DD guns 155% one mount. Regolo has 2 mounts here, but not that high efficiency. Torpedo mount 150 and 1. Torpedo is way higher. Gun damage is lower and lower health. Anti-air guns 75% and only 1 mount. Let's get right next to the skills. When this ship fires her equipped torpedo weapon, deploy a smoke screen, then every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds deploys an additional smoke screen. Each smoke screen lasts 1 second. Ships in the smoke screen gain 40% evasion rate. Effects does not stack with itself or other light cruiser smoke screen skills. Okay. Every time this ship deploys a smoke screen, triggering a special barrage. Every 15 times this barrage hits an enemy, she heals herself 1.5% maximum HP and trigger another special torpedo barrage. Yeah, so the HP regain is similar to Regolo, but she has a smoke screen. Skill number 2, 15% flat firepower and torp stat. Minus 15% firepower damage taken from enemies who are slower than this ship. Oh, quite a bit. While this ship is in a smoke screen, this ship ignores all smoke screen effects and gains 30% firepower and torpedo stat. Okay, so her firepower is torpedo. The torpedo should be pretty high, way higher than Regolo. Firepower, we will see. Skill number 3, an honored assault, 10 main gun shots, and skill number 4, 50% damage versus siren enemies. So that's it for all the ships. And to summarize everything, this graphic is showing all the infos, stats and skills of the 5 new ships combined together. With this overview, we can pretty much say the big win goes to Melanborg. She has insanely high firepower and synergy with Bismarck II. So if you already have gotten Bismarck II, I would highly recommend starting with Melanborg. And next up, second place would be Guden Lou. She is very similar to Guam, and Guam is a very nice ship, very useful for anti-air. Damage wise, why she is getting second place is it's hard to tell how her airstrikes are fitting into, how much damage they do, how is the playstyle, but very unique, I guess. Very unique. It must be fun when the bombs are flying down. And so I personally will do her second. Also very nice ship. For the gold ships, they're pretty much what I can see with this short view, like in line with already existing gold ships. They're nice, they're usable. Maybe that AP buff together with Melanborg from Dimitri is going to be useful, we will see. But it's hard, like there are already so much ultra rare ships also for the front line, like Hindenburg, you have Plymouth, you have Aegir, and they are all working together with Bismarck II. So yeah, the gold ships are getting pushed a little bit to the sideline because of all the ultra rare ships that are already available. Still, they're a nice ship. I will go for all of them. They're nice. Of course, we have one lolly, but as you have seen before, it's a smaller ship, so it fits. And so, thank you very much for watching. If you like the content and want to support this channel, consider a free subscription. Thank you very much if you did. And with that, see you in the next video. Bye bye.